Hello, I'm Lucas.
Hello, I'm Bird.
I'm Koshik.
And I'm Danielle.
We are going to be talking about our favorite books that we read over the summer and why we like them. Koshik?
Hi. So first of all, I want to put Harry Potter on the table first thing because that is an amazing book series. You
Harry
can't
Potter's
argue.
overrated.
But
Yes.
it's a good book series.
But
I'm
everyone
not, I'm not
watches
saying
Lord of the Rings is better than Harry Potter.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is better.
I
Yeah.
haven't read Lord of the Rings. So
I
can't really
haven't
compare that.
even read the second book of Harry Potter.
It's a pretty good series.
It's not bad.
It's not the best, but it's there. You
after
can put it on
after
the
you
table.
read after you
Alright.
read it like 6 times, it gets boring.
Yeah.
No, I've read it like 20 times in my lifetime.
Oh, cool.
I've read it like 0 times in my lifetime.
I read like twice.
It's
I've
pretty
read
good.
it many times. How about the Linda Stories? That's pretty
Land of
popular.
Stories is definitely going to be
Yeah.
on the table.
It's the best book I read so far.
Really?
It's a
Yeah.
series.
It-
I don't think you can read one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've read it.
Yes.
It's
I mean,
He's
the
a good
sixth
author.
book. I always skip the sixth book whenever you read them. I just don't like it. Sixth book, not really.
yeah.
How were the Adventures of Guild?
The Adventures Guild?
Yeah.
I haven't read that one.
Yeah,
Same.
I'm the only one who's read that one.
Tell us about it.
It's in this fantasy world, kind of. Like it's kind of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
Like,
okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
So like dungeon rating kind of thing. That's pretty cool.
How would you rate it from 1 to 10?
8 to 10?
No.
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
All right, it's a respectful rating.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
I might read that one.
Yeah.
Wait, how about the Lords of the Sky?
That I've actually read that one. That's actually a nonfiction book about fighter pilots and what their stories and stuff like that. It starts with the beginning of World War II and ends when the era of F-16 in Iraq. So it's 700-page
Name
book.
one pilot that you read from that.
Eddie Rickenbacker.
Okay, tell us me about him.
He's a American fighter ace, the
Okay.
only one in World War One.
Uh-huh.
He almost got the Red Baron, but didn't.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And then the Red Baron, Baron von Richthofen, 80 people went up in biplanes to try to shoot him down again, but every single one of them died.
Okay.
80 people, which is like the highest scoring ace of all of World War One.
Scoring.
Score.
Yeah, they score. Yeah, it's like you put little symbols on your plane, see how many you've gotten, and it's like a competition.
So it's like
Brutal.
a game.
It's like a
Yeah,
game.
it's
in
like
war,
It's like
it's
the
a
Hunger
game.
Yeah.
Games.
And then it's really cool because there's the other aspect of the war where it's like if you get captured in World War One, they have tea with you every day and talk about your accomplishments. I'm not joking.
They had
But
tea
in World
with
War
you?
II, they just execute you. It's kind
I
of
wonder why.
because it's such a massive difference between World War One and Two.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like two different
Yeah.
regimes at play.
Yeah, very different. One very major person.
Yeah.
A book I want to talk about. I'm pretty sure like no one's heard of this,
Mhm.
but Charlie Thorne, the series of Charlie Thorne, it's actually pretty good. So it follows like a 12-year-old, and he's like really smart. Like
Isn't it like a detective?
yeah,
book?
it's a mystery book. Yeah,
Isn't it like what's it called? Waste of Space and stuff like that.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what a waste of space is?
No, I don't know what
that's
he's
you.
talking about.
It's like a mystery book.
Okay.
But go on.
All right, so it's the first book starts off with Einstein like on his deathbed.
Like
And-
Albert Einstein.
Yeah, Albert Einstein.
Oh, okay.
Is-
Wow.
What other Einsteins do you know?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out the time period, the time era.
Yeah, 1955. It's where it starts. Okay.
Okay.
And he's on his deathbed, and we all know like the nurse that he spoke his last words in German.
Yeah.
Nobody understood it. So one word he says is books or something like that. And his lifelong friend, he comes in after Einstein died, and he makes the nurse tell him what he said. And then after after the guy says he said Para Brooks, the guy panics, okay, and you don't know what it is.
Oh,
Except-
that's a good plot.
Okay, he doesn't know what it is. He makes the nurse get out and go home and say that Einstein died like 7 a.m. It was like 1 a.m. Okay, and he starts burning all of Einstein's things, and then that like really sets the plot. And then it cuts to like the FBI office with Agent Carter, and he's like, "We have to get the Einstein's last equation," and then you realize that's what it is. but you don't know what it's used for and what it looks like. It's
Oh, that's cool.
really cool.
Cool.
Speaking of that, have you guys read Alex Rider, the Alex Rider series?
No.
No.
It's about a boy.
Is it a mystery book?
Kind of. It's more like a mystery adventure series.
Oh.
It's about a boy that's like gets recruit. He's British, so it's like weird.
British.
Anyway, he gets
British.
into the CIA in America,
Mhm.
and he's like 15 as like a undercover
Interesting.
agent, and then he's like going to like some big megalomaniac's house and just like steals around. And it's really cool. There's a whole bunch of plot twists. It's a really good book,
Okay.
Oh.
but there's so many of them, so it's
How many
You know-
are there?
You know that?
12.
12.
Yeah.
You know
There's
those
12
times
books.
where you have a book in mind, you forget the author, and then you realize you know the title of the book, but then you forget the title, and then it's
Yeah.
just like
So you basically forget the book?
I
you
read
should
I
get
read
the
a
book in
really
Thailand.
really good book when I was in like 4th grade, and I returned it to the library at my school, and then I could not remember it again, and I've still been trying to research it.
Do you know what the plot was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what
Somebody
the plot
could
was.
somebody
I
can
have
tell
been
us.
I have been looking it up and talking to people.
Do you know what it is, Till?
No, I don't know what it is.
Well,
It's-
just say the plot.
it's
Somebody
so
on the
frustrating.
somebody listening could
Oh,
reach out.
speaking of,
yeah,
have you guys read Simon Thorne?
no.
Is that like a playoff of Charlie Thorne at this point?
No, it's a weird twist book. It's like a society where like there's people that are like they're animals. It's kind of like the Animorphs series,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but
Oh.
except you're like, it's like a hierarchy kind of. It's like
Hierarchy.
I love that.
I
word.
love that word.
That's
Okay, so
my-
anybody watching this podcast, like if you know this plot, this author, can you please tell me because I forgot his or her name. So there's this one author who wrote this book about like a child who is not allowed to be alive because he's the third child of a family.
Oh, I've
And-
heard of that.
Oh, wait.
the
I think
player-
I know what it is.
Wait, what?
Is the title Ender's Game?
No,
That's a space book.
Yeah.
space. It's not in space. It's in the real
It's not
life.
really.
I love Ender's Game.
It is a good book,
It's such a good classic.
especially that it predicts a lot of stuff
Yeah.
being written from 1980. Some.
Yeah.
So he's been locked up in his house for all his life, and so
Haddocks?
we read his two. Yeah, Haddocks.
Haddocks.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
heard of
Okay.
it.
That sounds like a book Haddock should write.
Yeah.
He writes a whole bunch of dystopian. I'm
He-
trapped in
he
my
read.
house.
He
He
I'm
reads.
trapped in my. Oh no! I'm trapped in this school.
I'm
Oh
trapped
my
in
god.
this house.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back to one of the classics. One of the best classics I could think
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah.
That
of. The
is-
Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl.
He was a
It's-
brilliant author.
He was
Yeah.
also a fighter ace
Yeah, he was in World War
and
II.
a spy. Isn't that crazy that you go from a trained
Trained
aviator-
aviator.
a trained aviator
To
to a children's
book,
book
right?
author?
I was about
Yeah.
to go. I was about to make a connection that would go way off topic.
Yeah. Anyway, Roald Dahl is kind of
Brilliant.
insane. He's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I
He's
just-
hilarious.
His books are very
Top books: Charlie and Chocolate Factory,
Uh,
BFG,
BFT.
BFG.
What's that?
George's Marvelous Medicine. Big Friendly Giant.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
They
funny.
made a movie about it like a few years ago.
Didn't
Two
you?
of them. They made two.
Yeah. I like
Matilda's funny.
I haven't read.
It's
all
about a
of
little
either.
girl that like is too smart for her
Fantastic
class.
Mr.
Yeah,
Fox is a
Matilda.
good one.
I love.
They
that
made a
book.
movie about that too.
I love that book.
The movie's
Yeah.
also good.
every one of Roald Dahl's books has gotten a movie.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
His most popular ones. Like
The
ones
Witches is
everybody-
a good one.
The Witches is
Yeah,
pretty
the
good.
Witches
Yeah.
is good.
I think they're making a movie on that one.
They are. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Sad that he's dead now.
Yeah. Well, he was-
Also sad that Dr. Seuss is dead now, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, he died like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. We've been talking about books and we forgot this one, Wings of Fire. Have you guys read those?
I started
I
reading
heard
it. I
it,
never
but-
read it in order, and I still don't know what the plot was.
I haven't read Wings of Fire because the only books I could find were comics, and I didn't want to read comics. I wanted to read the actual book. So I just
There were
You can-
comics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she made comics. There's so many Wings of Fire books. It's like
There's like 50 of them. All right, let's search it up real quick.
okay,
yeah, search it up.
how
Hurry up, please.
many Wings of-
electrons in boron. What is that? Search history.
How many books are in Wings of Fire,
You can see my search history.
bro?
Fire.
Oh,
You don't know how to spell fire?
I know how to
Okay.
spell fire.
We paused for like 18 books.
18.
18.
And that's not even counting the prequels.
That's crazy.
yeah.
And it's funny because I have like all of them.
Oh.
I have.
You have all of them?
I've just like all of them in like a row, but I've like read all. I've read the original series. I've read the new ones on Sora.
If you guys haven't read Wings of Fire, start from the first one, unlike me.
Yeah, yeah. It makes
So I have no idea
it
what
makes
was
a lot more
happening.
sense when you start from the beginning, Coach.
Yeah,
I didn't
but-
have any idea
But
what was
I can like
happening.
start in the middle of like any TV series, like, and then I'll just understand it.
Well, yeah.
People who do that, I don't know how they do it. I had to go from episode 1, and then I get going.
Like my brother was. Oh, I'm getting off topic.
Anyway,
Silence.
Silence.
ensues.
anywho,
Um,
what other books? Classics. You guys read books? Classic books?
no.
What qualifies as a classic book?
Something that's been read and like written by like
Okay.
Mark Twain or like Tom Sawyer or like something on the Mensa
No.
list.
Really?
No.
1800s? You're going back to the 1800s?
Robinson Crusoe.
Okay.
That's a good one.
No idea.
I'll put a book on the table since you guys are just being dull. So like there's this book called The Bridge Home. It's in the library. It's a very good book.
The
It's-
branch home?
The Bridge.
The
Home.
bridge home. Okay.
It's about these two kids who ran away from an abusive family and now they're trying to survive in the streets on their own.
Sounds charming.
And spoiler alert, one of them dies.
They all die.
Lovely.
It's funny.
Sounds like a lovely book.
Yeah.
Lovely. It's funny because in books like that, you can just automatically tell who's gonna die or not.
Really?
Well, no. Have you read like Percy Jackson, for example? Oh, then I can't spoil. it.
Did you read up with the book of Slam?
Slam. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't I don't like poetry books like that. I don't.
Is it,
It's not really a poetry book.
Yeah.
Well, no. Isn't it written in like a
No.
sword
Wrong
format?
book, bro.
Yeah.
Wrong
Oh,
book.
is that the other one?
What's the other one?
The other one. What's the other one? Tell me.
Is that the name of the other
Well,
book?
no, there
other
was
one?
a book written by the same author that was in a poetry format. So I just
Well,
like,
he's written a lot of books.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's written Fallen Angels. Yeah, that's all I can think of.
But
But he's also dead.
you like
Man.
in every
He fought in
show,
Vietnam though. The author, sorry.
in every show or book, there's always this one foreshadow, and you don't notice the foreshadow until
yeah.
it's too
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Until you've already like.
You notice that a lot in Harry Potter if you reread like me.
Yeah.
You notice it a lot that
You guys should read Percy Jackson. I'm disappointed in you.
My
I've read-
friend
I've
did,
read
and he
the
got
first
addicted,
book.
so that's why I wasn't going to read.
I-
I didn't want
I
to turn
was
into
a-
him.
I was addicted for a while.
I've read the first book.
It's
Isn't it about like Greek mythology and stuff?
it is.
But-
It's a really good.
Yeah, he got way
interpretation.
into it.
It's,
Like
it's,
his
re-
whole
it's pretty cool.
his
But-
whole like personality was around Percy Jackson. I'm like, I'm not turning into that. I'm gonna wait.
I had a friend in 5th grade. She had like a club, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
club,
I
Percy
just a club.
was
a
gonna-
Percy Jackson and anime club.
Oh my god.
I was gonna read the Percy Jackson series, but then I just looked at the author, and I realized almost every one of his series except one is set in Camp Half Blood, the place where the Percy Jackson is. Like there's almost all of his books is set in Camp Half Blood because of Percy Jackson.
Do you think?
And I just didn't want to read that author anymore if all of his books are set in one place.
Well,
But what if they're
well,
all
they-
connected?
Well,
Yeah.
they go on quests.
Yeah.
Well, they go on quest. It's so cool. I'm just gonna give you a short summary of every one.
Oh no.
The first one, the Lightning Thief. They go
How
on-
many-
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
They, well, I'm not spoiling it. It's just
How many
you should
books
read
are
Percy
there in the
Jackson if
series?
you haven't.
How many books are there in the series?
In the first series, there's 6.
There's a first
and the
series.
second
Oh my-
series.
How
How
so-
many series
Hold up, hold up.
Percy-
How many series
Percy
are
Jackson.
there?
The Percy Jackson series has 6 books. The
Okay.
second series that he's written that goes off of the Percy Jackson series is called the what's it called? Heroes of Olympus. That one is pretty.
Oh, that's why the Heroes of Olympus
Yeah.
didn't make sense when I read it.
yeah.
Started reading that
Heroes-
series.
yeah. There's Heroes of Olympus, which is, I think, again 6 books, and then Trials of Apollo, which are 4 books, and that's kind of a spin-off, but with the same.
Why do I
characters.
keep reading stuff out of order?
Because-
started reading Trials of Apollo
because
before
you're a
that.
disgrace to society. That's why.
Well, I don't know where the actual first one is, so I just read the one I have.
Okay,
Okay.
let's finish up, and with a final note, we're gonna tell Koshik to stop reading in the middle.
Yeah.
Stop
Start
reading
from the
right in the
beginning.
middle. Do you expect to understand a book series?
I
If you
didn't know.
read
It was
the
like
7th
labeled as a
book,
different series. I thought it would start from the very beginning. And
Not
it
with
did
Rick
not.
Road.
do you expect in a series to read the last book and suddenly know everything? No.
Well, if
For a
you
long
look at the other ones, they labeled first book in their respective series. No idea it goes off of Percy Jackson. There's no way of saying. Because I never read the forelog.
You should read the forelog. Since it's getting close to 16 minutes,
Close to it is
Close.
16 minutes.
are you sure?
yes, it is
Yes,
16.
yes, it is.
And Abby's taken one too many pictures.
All right.
We are going to end the recording now.
All right.
and-
See you guys.
See
That's it
ya.
for today.
Don't
Bye.
read books out of
Bye.
order.